Good evening, YouTubers. What is up? This is Off-Centered Potter here. It's been a while since I made a video, and I was working in the studio today. I wanted to show you what I was going to do with this tall vase. This is a vase that I just finished throwing. It's made with a B3 brown clay by Laguna Company. And what I'm going to do now that I've thrown the piece, I've trimmed the bottom on the wheel so I don't have to do a lot of trimming later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate it now with some porcelain slip. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some shredded paper on the side of the pot. As we all know, shredded paper is no match for the heat of the kiln, so it will burn away during the bisque firing process and will help with the design. So as I'm applying the paper the way I want it, I'm going to use some slip from the bucket and use that slip to just gently dab on the paper here to get the paper to stick on the side of the piece. Okay, I'm done with that stage, and as you can see, the paper is on there somewhat randomly, but it is strategically placed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply porcelain slip to the side of the piece. Okay, so here we have our porcelain slip that we're going to use to decorate the side of the piece. Also joining us today is my dog Riley. You can see he likes to hang out sometimes with me in the studio. Porcelain slip is one of my favorite things to decorate with. It's so versatile. I have a big bucket of it that I keep on hand all the time that's just leftover throw water from when I use porcelain. And you can do lots of really cool things with porcelain slip on the side of pieces. You can stain it different colors with mason stains. You can brush it on and then use carving tools and carve it away. You can really do all kinds of neat things with it. But anyway, we want to make sure that the slip is not too thick, because if it's too thick on the side of the piece, it will shrink at a different rate than the clay of the piece and will separate either before firing or during firing. So we just kind of want to use it sparingly. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to dip our brush in the porcelain slip, spin the wheel, and watch it go. Okay, so we got our wheel going. Just put the slip on with the brush. Just ignore the paper that's there. And you just kind of can do all kinds of different things with this. You can have it on unevenly. You can put it on one even coat. You can have it thicker on the bottom and then fade away at the top. You can have it thicker on the top and fade away at the bottom. Okay, so this is what I have now, and as you can see, that porcelain has caught on different little pieces of the paper too, which that'll be interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the paper away. I could just leave the paper on and let it burn away, but I want to show you what it did. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it off today. Okay, so I'm just going to use this pair of tweezers and just gently grab hold of the paper and just gently pull it away. Okay, so we're done removing the paper, and now you can kind of see what we have underneath. Kind of a fun design. I could use a clean sponge and gently, very, very gently spin the wheel and just kind of soften those lines a bit, or I could leave them quite harsh, or I could let it get leather hard and just kind of gently rub them and blend them so they don't have such harsh lines. I have lots of different options here. The other thing I could do is I could apply more paper and a different color of slip and just layer this design. But I like to keep it simple, and I like this piece the way it is. So we'll fire it and then probably put a coat of clear glaze on the top. Until next time, YouTubers, adios.